Hey everyone, you're watching the baddest man on the planet, Trans Aaron 38. And you know what that means? That means that this channel is for adults only. So if you're under the age of 18, go somewhere else.
Yo, what is up, fellas? I'm your host, Trans Aaron 38, coming with some more Transformers action. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Shattered Glass BLURR. And this is the official release from Hasbro Pulse. It comes with its own comic as well, which I'll show in the review. But, yeah, he also does come with his own comic. And this is the limited edition release with the comic. I mean, with the figure itself. This is a limited edition cover, spotlight cover, or how they call it. But anyway, here is my copy of Transformers Shattered Glass, the Bounty Hunter BLURR. And yeah, let's get him out of his cardboard and plastic prison. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, and cue that intro. Yeah. Alright folks, here is the Shattered Glass BLURR out of his cardboard and plastic prison. And yes, it's another BLURR. Yeah. And yeah, it's the 86 mold. I'm not mad about it. And it's a complete repaint with a different head sculpt. And it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome that they're giving us the Shattered Glass concept now. You know, it's only been a thing for a long time, and now they're doing a whole big thing. But anyway, here is BLURR in all of his glory. And the packaging is fantastic with the artwork. And on the back, you got the obligatory product shots. He transforms in 18 steps, just like the Studio Series 86. Got that nice artwork going on there. Love the pinkish purple Autobot logo artwork and stuff on the side of the box, which is pretty badass. Very nice artwork, and the boxes are very cool looking too. It's like, as a collector, it's like definitely worth keeping the boxes, because the boxes are really nice. I know some collectors don't like the boxes. Well, like the boxes, but as don't have no room for them in their collection. But the box is pretty much part of the collection, in my opinion. But yeah, so there is Shattered Glass BLURR, and yeah, very cool. So we'll go ahead and let him keep going around and around right there. Very nice artwork with him. Gives you that Major Blood feel from G.I. Joe. It's like, "Ya bloody Joes!" You know, he's like, kind of gives you that Major Blood feel, because he is a bounty hunter, which is pretty cool in the comic. I'm not going to give everything away, but no spoiler free here. Not too worried about the comic, like I said, but the figure itself is awesome. I did read the comic, and it's pretty good. Transformers Shattered Glass on the side, got BLURR. So yeah, that is it for the packaging. And the instructions get a nice little thing to them. So you get Shattered Glass BLURR, and we get nice pink and blue, like a bluish instructions for how to transform them. So yeah, that is pretty badass. Pretty badass. And not only that, you get a exclusive cover whenever you order this from Hasbro Pulse. And yeah, actually pretty neat. I bought this off of an eBay seller that was ordering from Hasbro Pulse, so super excited about it. Because I don't order from Pulse at all, because yeah. But there is you can see the holographic, and then you can see the glass pieces just shattering right there. You can definitely see them. Autobot logo right there. And I want to ask you guys, in the comic here, it says there is this picture right here in the comic. It says, as the war stretched into hundreds and thousands of cycles, I was in the heat of battle more and more. does everyone else's comic have that little streak in that comic bubble right there? That's the only thing wrong with this comic. I don't know if it was a typo or something with it, but on the back it gets pulse, and it feels like a matte finish on it, which is pretty cool. So let me know down in the comments if that same bubble is messed up, because my buddy Starscream on Instagram has the same issue with the comic, the same spot. So it might be a running error or something, but hey. But anyway, here is BLURR in all of his glory. Definitely with the black with the blue lightning strike decals on his body, and you got the nice silver, blue, the blues, the light blue, the dark blue. Really looks good on this guy. You'll see there's like the Autobot logo within there, which is awesome. Underneath, basically your same Studio Series 86 BLURR. So all in all, there is BLURR. Now size comparison, we'll go ahead and bring in their original. You know, not going to do too much size comparison because we all know what the Studio Series 86 BLURR looks like. Yeah. And then the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime Ratchet, I do not have them opened yet. I was like, totally forgot to review them. So I was like, I'll probably review them or probably won't review them. I don't know. But, so there is BLURR and BLURR. You got the regular universe BLURR, and you got the Shattered Glass universe BLURR. Which is pretty badass. Pretty badass. So you can definitely see what they did with it. Give it an alternate paint job, which is pretty badass. I love it how the blue like is a fluorescent to it. I just love it. I love it. But yeah. So BLURR does come with his weapons. He does come with his weapons. He does get a gray weapons this time. They're all done in gray. Here's a little repair arm piece, or welding piece that you can put on them, and get a gray blaster compared to the white ones that we get with BLURR. Now, same storage wise, you can still store these in his vehicle mode right here. Same storage as usual. So yeah, so yay for storage. Or if you want to, you can just pick the weapon in here. But still got that way you can use these for the blast effects, which is pretty cool. Now, size comparison, we'll go ahead and bring in Trax for size comparison with them. His review will be coming soon. See how they look together. There we go. The Bumblebee. Definitely see the difference in size on that. My little custom I did. Oh, without moving my phone here. So yeah, anyway, we'll get down to transformation and BLURR. Don't want to make this any longer than I have to. We'll go ahead and turn my turntable off. And we'll transform him. Transforming him is basically your same transformation as the Studio Series 86 BLURR. Nothing changed. Still transforms the same. So, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. The only thing is, there's a couple complaints of this figure in robot mode, but we'll get to that here in shortly. For the clicky joints on it. And there's one complaint right there off the bat. They should have had these like latch into place on his arm. Tab into place at least. On the original mold. Oh, and there I go. Flipping the fist off. On my copy, this one here is really loose. This one over here is alright. But there's only just a minor gripe. It's the minor gripe. So go ahead and give him his gun. And then if you want to, give him his little repair arm. So there is BLURR in all of his glory. So yeah, go for a spin, BLURR. So yeah, so there is BLURR in his robot mode. He is a cool figure. I actually dig it a lot. Now, while he spins around there a couple times here, I'm going to transform the original mold of BLURR from the 86 line. So, I'm actually cool that Hasbro is actually using some of their existing molds. Instead, well, I'm actually glad. But at the same time, you're like, okay, but this is actually a good repaint. At the time, this is actually a really good repaint. And definitely, I love how the colors, the black, the blue, the two different blues. You got the dark blue, the light blue, and then you got the silver that just helps it with it. It just looks amazing. Freaking amazing on how everything looks on him. Yeah, I forgot to put his little fin in behind his legs, but I did that with BLURR before, so don't feel bad. Now transform my BLURR here from the 86 Studio Series 86. So anyway, I can try to straighten them up here. Alright, yeah, before we get to the size comparison on that, definitely this BLURR is nice, and definitely with the new head sculpt. So there's that head sculpt, gives you that Major Blood feel from like G.I. Joe, like Major Blood got that one eye messed up like that, which is pretty cool. Where it's a nice black and silver with the red, and then this nice little smirk, which is pretty badass. You know, obviously you got the Autobot logo within inside there. So yeah, so there he is, and then here he is with the regular Studio Series release of BLURR. So you can definitely see what they did. They took the basically added black and then made him a different version. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool how they did this with the shattered glass, and I'm actually digging it. And yeah, before anybody says, "Oh, you didn't put that in there," oh. And that's one of my gripes. That piece pops off on mine. That piece there does pop off, but it does pop back on. But yeah, you can just pop that right back down in there. But so there is BLURR and BLURR. Very cool. Highly recommended. And I just love it how the colors just work with this shattered glass BLURR. And I'm actually hoping they just don't stop it with these couple figures that's coming out. Hope they keep coming with it, like a couple of exclusives, like not exclusives, but like a how should I say, like Generation Selects. Keep giving us some more shattered glass stuff, because we already got Generation Select shattered glass Optimus Prime and Ratchet. So looking forward to them doing some more of this in the near future with shattered glass, which we know and obviously will. I'm sure they'll give us some shattered glass versions. So articulation, same thing as the original 86 BLURR. I'm not going to get into it, but I love it how you know, BLURR has translucent blue on the back of his head, but his head is completely solid, which is alright. It's alright, because now you can actually see the details they did with the new head sculpt, which is pretty cool. So yeah, basically that's Studio Series 86 BLURR repainted with a new head. It's pretty awesome. I highly recommend it, folks. Nothing much I can say about this guy. I highly recommend it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get BLURR the heck out of here. So yeah, so there is the new Transformers Shattered Glass BLURR. And yeah, looking forward. Hopefully, I do believe the next one is Megatron, and then it's Starscream, and then it's Goldbug, or is it Jetfire then Goldbug? I can't remember. Those are the next couple figures coming that they announced. So yeah, very cool. Highly recommend, folks. So there is the new Transformers Shattered Glass BLURR, and I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this awesome review. Definitely looking forward to getting more Shattered Glass in the works. So yeah. So till next time, I'm your host TransAaron38. Don't forget to rate and subscribe, comment on any videos I do. Keep a lookout for any new videos headed your way. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I'll follow you back. It's the same. My Instagram is the same thing as TransAaron38. Just follow me, and I'll follow you back. And I do live unboxings and much more on there, and live hangouts, and yeah, you name it. So yeah, until next time, I'm your host TransAaron38. I'm out of here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this awesome official release of the new Transformers Shattered Glass BLURR from Hasbro Pulse. So yeah, till next time, I'm your host TransAaron38. I'm out of here. Later. It's time to transform and roll out. Yeah.